today we're gonna be telling you all the new features about the new PS5 controller, or shall I say DualSense. Hello everybody, it's me, ProAtLuck Gamez, and today we're going to be talking about the new PS5 controller, which is called the DualSense instead of DualShock, because there's new senses on the DualSense. Now before this video starts, I have to give you a quick update that I know I'm late on everything. I'm late on the PS5 because this update happened like 3-4 days ago. And make sure to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so you never miss my uploads. Share this with your friends so I can get more subscribers and views and likes. And enjoy the rest of the video. So, the DualSense, it's a bulkier controller. Let me just put a picture up on the screen. And I actually like it. I like the bulkiness and that stuff, so good job Sony. And there's actually, it looks very bulky and that stuff, yes. It's like an Xbox controller. We're gonna be speaking about the new details of it, the new features, like right now. Now, as soon as I looked at it, I found out that the PS button, the small button, is not a circular anymore. It's bigger, wider, and it's actually carved out. The PS logo is carved out on it. And when I was looking through YouTube videos, I actually saw that this is meant to have better grips for smaller hands. Now, I don't know how this is meant for smaller hands. Like, look how bulky it looks, but I think it's the grips that's better for smaller hands. But it just looks so bulky, but our eyes don't see what they see in real life. Real life it may be different for smaller hands. Like, I don't know. And this is a good feature. And the second thing I saw is that, do you know the touchpad, not the touchpad, but the touchpad, do you know there's like a light bar on it? Hardly anyone can see the light bar, but I have a PS4 Pro controller, so on the top of the touchpad there's like a tiny line so I can see the light, but on normal controllers you can't see the light. On normal DualShocks you can't see the light. So yeah, yes, I do have a PS4 Pro controller, which means that I can see through the top line in it, but normal PS4 controllers, you don't have that top line in it, so you cannot not actually see. Yes, you can't actually see. So they've actually made on the side so you can, it gives in a pop to them and you can actually see. And now let's actually talk about the touchpad. The touchpad, it's not straight and rectangular as the DualShock 4. The DualShock 4 is rectangular. Let's put a screen up. Yes, it is rectangular, but the DualSense 5 is in fact like more dented, more like a triangular shape, has more curves in it and not a rectangular, meaning that the options button and the share button are sideways. Well, let's talk about the share button right now. Actually, the share button is not called the share button anymore. It is called a create button. A create button. They say that they're trying to make it better, and they haven't put any more information up about the create button yet, but I think they're gonna put more good quality 4K RAM, something like that. And not 4K RAM, I don't know, I'm talking about, I don't know all these RAM stuff, but and in-depth SHAREfactory, easiest SHAREfactory. This video will always obviously be easier because this video is like a short video and I'm only putting picture by picture. And the buttons, as you can see, where I'll put a picture on the screen, the buttons haven't got their color on it, the original color. Like the triangle button is green, the circle button is red, the X button is like shiny blue, I don't know, the square button is pink. But it looks like there's like a plastic see-through plastic transparent glass on it, and I think whenever you click it, it will light up the original color. Like let's say if it was the square button like a pink and the triangle button like a green, as you know. I think the same with the D-pads, but I don't know if they have original color, like it's just any color you want them to be, but I think they like glow at least some type of color. The options button, they haven't said anything about it yet, so I think it's the same. Let me talk about another feature. It has a built-in mic. Yep, you heard me right, a built-in mic. Now that's actually good for people who actually haven't got mics and can't buy it, or it says that this is ideal for getting into a quick conversation, but if you are going to be in it for the longer period, you can obviously pop in a headset. And it says 80 microphones. I can only see one mic on this thing. 80 means multiple. I can only see one, but there might be one behind or something, I don't know. And the bad thing is that you're gonna hear clicking sounds because the mic is attached to the controller and buttons make clicking sounds. Now I hope they fix that to not make clicking sounds, so you can't actually hear clicking sounds in the mic, which is good. But I actually like that feature. But the bad thing is that everyone can hear your conversation. There is a better grip to the analog sticks, I think. And oh yeah, I need to talk about the vibration. They've changed the R2 and the L2 and those vibrations to make it more feel like, you know, in a game, like it's as if you're pulling a ball, and it feels like you're pulling the ball, and then the goal, and then it said that on the thingy that the goal is, I think this is the goal. The goal is to make it feel like it's out of their hands and they transport it into the game and they forget it's even in their hands. Bro. Wow. This is wow. And I think they went for a Xbox-y look, as you can see. And I'm trying to find out new features on it. And yes, I forgot about this feature. It has extended battery life, like more battery life, which is cool. The thing I liked about the PlayStation is that the analog sticks aren't wonky. So because I don't like the wonky, it's the same thing. But I used to play Xbox. Well, I have an Xbox controller and I like this one better because it's symmetrical. But I could play with the Xbox controller. I don't mind. And it has extended battery life. The thing I like about PlayStation that Xbox, you have to take out battery and put it back, and you have to go to the store buy it. PlayStation, all you can do is just plug it in, turn into rest mode, or leave the PS4 on, or plug it into like a socket in your wall, and you just go down to do something like eat or something, and after like 30 an hour you can just go back onto it and just it'll be fully charged and you can play. The thing I love about PlayStation and I think that's all. I'm trying to find out new features about it. Oh yeah, and the light bar will go onto the side of the touchpad, which is really cool. And I think that's all, and there might still be a reset button. The vibrations will be better as if you're transported into the game, and it just looks very nice. And oh yeah, and I need to talk about one more thing. The analog sticks are actually in the control, not in the controller, but like they're actually on the face of the controller, because I don't like how to just put the extra circle onto the analog sticks to make the analog sticks fit onto the controller. But the DualSense 5, the analog sticks are actually a part of the controller properly. So and they only have to like extend it a little, so I like how they did that. And oh yeah, and I forgot about this, they made the DualSense 5 lighter than the DualShock 4. The DualShock 4 is a bit heavier, so that's good for Sony. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to like. Actually no, I already said all of this. If you're watching this show when you're probably not, then you're probably